I love Alfred. Like, you know, I always say it was like, Alfred's just petty as hell, and so am I, and I love that. I didn't really want to model him after anybody. I just wanted him to be somebody that, you know, anyone could relate to. Be like, oh yeah, I know Alfred. Oh yeah, we know, you know, that's our cousin Rodney. You know what I mean? Like, I just wanted him to be that dude that people could relate to, and yeah, I hope I did that.
This multifaceted North Carolina actor has made himself comfortable across film, stage, and television. He's multi-nominated for his now iconic role on the hit series Atlanta, appeared on Broadway, voiced the dad of a legendary comic book superhero, and then went on to act alongside Brad Pitt. Without further ado, praise goes to Brian Tyree Henry. Brian Tyree Henry was born in 1982 in North Carolina, but spent his formative years in Washington, D.C. His family helped shape Brian's creativity. My mother was an educator, and she was incredibly creative. She and my father are the ones that got me into my love of music. We were always playing music. Music was incredibly influential in my house. It still is. I learned everything I know about music from my parents and my sisters, he told Interview magazine. His family planted the seed that would become a successful acting career. As the youngest child in a family of adults, Brian would spend a lot of time alone. He'd create imaginary places throughout the house to keep himself entertained and imitate older family members for fun. It wasn't until his sophomore year of college at Morehouse that he decided to major in theater. Even though Henry loved acting and learning lines, he almost didn't fully commit. After graduation, he thought about working in the government like his sisters. However, one of his mentors disagreed with this path and suggested he audition for Yale. In 2007, Brian left Yale early to play Tybalt in the legendary Shakespeare in the Park's production of Romeo and Juliet. And 4 years later, in 2011, he went on to a major role in the stage play Book of Mormon. When speaking to Entertainment Weekly, I originated the Book of Mormon on Broadway. Not only was the content incredibly new, it was one of the most heart-touching musicals I've ever seen. And my character was the first to have F in his name. So I got to say F on Broadway every day. It was like, this to me is progress. Brian's acting abilities led him to television roles on shows including Law & Order, Boardwalk Empire, and The Good Wife. Brian's mainstream breakout role wouldn't happen until 2016, when his manager asked him to read the script for FX's Atlanta. Brian used his father as inspiration for the character, Alfred, aka Paperboy. Henry would act alongside Donald Glover, Zazie Beetz, and Lakeith Stanfield, and as a result, he received critical acclaim, including a 2018 Primetime Emmy Award nomination for Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Comedy Series, and a 2019 Critics' Choice Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor in a Comedy Series. Brian's star continued to rise. In 2017, Brian went on to appear in This Is Us with his friend Sterling K. Brown, earning him a Primetime Emmy nod for Outstanding Guest Actor in a Drama Series for the role. 2018 proved to be another meteoric year in Brian's career. Brian's theater roots led him back to the stage for his Tony-nominated role in the Broadway revival of Lobby Hero. Then to the big screen alongside the legendary Viola Davis in the film Widows, and a role in Barry Jenkins' critically acclaimed If Beale Street Could Talk. Brian's contribution went on to earn him an NAACP Image Award nomination for Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Motion Picture. In the same year, Brian lent his voice to his first animated role, Spider-Man, Into the Spider-Verse, as Miles Morales' dad, Jefferson Davis. I think that by them making this movie and making it completely a representation of the world we live in and the families that are right next door to us, it is so important, because for some kids, this is going to be their first vision of Spider-Man. They're opening up the imaginations of people to let them know that anything is possible, he told Variety. In 2019, Brian struck box office gold with appearances in hit after hit with the Child's Play reboot, Joker with Joaquin Phoenix and his Atlanta co-star Zazie Beetz, Godzilla vs. Kong, and his Marvel debut in Eternals with Angelina Jolie, Salma Hayek, Gemma Chan, and Kumail Nanjiani. When it came to being a superhero, Brian worried about the physical changes he would have to make, only to learn from the director his concerns were needless. Chloe was like, "What are you talking about? We want you exactly as you are." Henry continued, adding how much that moment meant to him. To be a black man, to have someone look at you and say, "We want you exactly the way you are," is unlike anything that I've ever felt, he told Insider. When considering roles, Brian Tyree Henry makes sure that the characters maintain their humanity. When chatting to The Hollywood Reporter, he said, "It's about picking who these men are to me and what they mean. I want to do what really speaks to my heart. Navigating these men, these black men, I want there to be a way for people who don't have access to men like this to realize that they're still human beings, to realize that their stories are still important, to realize that if you are this man, there's a representation of you somewhere." Talented, multifaceted, and passionate. From becoming a superhero to embodying a rising rapper, Brian Tyree Henry gives us an endless list of reasons to keep watching his ascension.